Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Friends and neighbors of the House, it was several years ago when a young mom introduced herself to me in the aisles of a grocery store. It wasn't very long into our conversation when her eyes welled up with tears. She began to share with me about the struggles of her dyslexic child and the struggles that he would have in school. Now, as a mom of a child with the same diagnosis, I know these struggles very well. But what I wasn't prepared for was her story about the lengths at which she had to go through to keep her child from being dropped from his private school because of this learning disability. It made me wonder, is this an isolated event? And so I began to ask around the community. To my surprise, it was not. The stories actually came flooding in. Parents and grandparents reaching out about their struggling children being dropped from private schools. Children struggling with falling behind because of depression or other mental health, brain health challenges. Children struggling with behavior issues because of a childhood trauma, being dropped from the private school. Children struggling with the need for additional support because of learning challenges like dyslexia, denied entrance. There are private religious schools in Iowa and in my district that boast of a 100% graduation rate. These numbers are only maintained because private schools can deny or drop any child for any reason, no questions asked. Now, many of you know a bit about my story, but there are many new members in this chamber, so please indulge me. I just want to give you a little bit about my background. I am an ordained Presbyterian pastor. I attended a private Catholic college where I received a foundation in Catholic social teaching, and it instilled in me a deep commitment to the common good. I then graduated from my private Catholic college and went on to an evangelical Christian seminary where I received a Master's of Divinity. I then spent my career prior to the legislature as a chaplain working on secular college campuses. As a Christian, as a follower of Jesus, I recognize the value of religious education. But it is precisely because of my Christian faith that I do not support private school vouchers. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus describes the last judgment, telling us that our society will be judged on how we treat the least of these, the most vulnerable among us. In this case, how we treat the very children that need us the most. As a Christian, I am called to defend the most vulnerable among us. I do not support vouchers because I am called by my faith to protect children with disabilities. I do not support vouchers because I am called by my faith to shelter children of childhood trauma who are struggling with behavior issues. I do not support vouchers because I am called by my faith to safeguard children who have fallen behind because of depression or other mental health struggles. I do not support vouchers because private religious schools that are more concerned with maintaining their 100% graduation rate over giving vulnerable children their best chance at life, they are missing the gospel's fundamental call to the least of these. Thank you.